Bonjour, it's Tom Padula from TomPadulaTV on YouTube and in Senya booksellers, and also tompadula.blogspot.com. I am here again. It's a Tuesday, so it's the time for French, another hour of French with a 5-minute introduction. And today, Tuesday, the 28th of November 2023. And we're going to start at 4:45 and try to finish by 5:50. Now, the most important thing about learning French when you are an adult is actually to learn the verbs. If you learn the verbs, a lot of your work will be made very easy, and also you have to build up your word bank. So it's really, learning a language is really about practice, la pratica, practice, la pratique. And, but without, an understanding of how language works, it's a bit more difficult. So my encouragement is to do the following things: to listen to French, to read it in French, preferably read aloud. You have to, if you want the pronunciation. You write in French, short sentences, small paragraphs, and keep going until you can actually write. So the verbs are very important here because they are the doing words, and they're the ones that, allows you to make sentences, basically. But then there are also some phrases that go into the writing, etc. And finally, quand tu as fait tout cela, tu peux commencer à parler en français. Parce que c'est très difficile de le parler si tu n'as pas des amis qui sont français et qui parlent français avec toi. J'ai commencé à parler à moi-même ici parce que je veux apprendre comme ça se fait et je voudrais plus de tout faire de l'histoire, la géographie, la littérature française pour la culture française. So, as you can see, I too, and I'm a teacher of French, I too struggle to speak French like the French. And that's quite okay. But, they would struggle to speak English like the English. So, we sort of have to balance things off here. What is important, though, is that it's our commitment. Why do we learn a language? Well, we learn a language for the brain, keep the old, grey matter there going. It's very important that we take on some sort of hobby. And languages is a good hobby, really. It's also music, and there's a lot of sport, whatever. It's okay. This is what I do and what I love doing, and I'm doing it. So that's one. Just a couple of announcements. One of them is I will be at my old Senya bookseller's place that's now called Tom's in Brunswick on a Wednesday, generally, or you can leave a message there if I happen not to be there for some reason. But generally, I'll be there on a Wednesday from between 3 and 4 o'clock. I'm just going to sit down and see if people come in who want to learn the language. I can organise small groups of up to 6 people, and we can practice whatever you want in French, in Italian, in Spanish, in reading the Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy, etc., doing poetry. Whatever the little group wants, I will organise it accordingly. Very, very happy to have begun this sort of contact. And there are other contacts in other places as well, but, time is limited, only 24 hours in a day. And believe you me, I use most of them. Okay. It's 4:49. Well, I better get rid of we're going to do some verbs. Now, the first thing, this is important. That's why I'm putting it as number one. So, last week we did the auxiliary verbs, avoir and être and avoir, to be and to have. Okay, and we discussed, but this week I'm just going to say the actual tense. The four tenses in the indicative mood, and then four, simple tenses, and that's four composite tenses. So we're going to do just those, and we'll add the one with the ER verb, the first conjugation verbs. Okay, so let's go. J'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous savez, ils sont. Imparfaite. J'avais, tu avais, il avait, nous avions, vous aviez, il savait. Passé simple, they call it in French. It's a simple past tense. The past absolute, we call it as well. Je, tu, eu, il eut, nous eûmes, vous eûtes, ils eurent. Notice the liaison between vous eûtes, nous eûmes, ils eurent. Okay? Future, the future, simple tense. J'aurai, tu auras, il aura, nous aurons, vous saurez, ils sauront. Now this is the composite tenses in the indicative mood. There are other moods that we're going to tackle as we move along. There's the subjunctive, the imperative, the conditional, and of course then there's the participle and infinitive. Okay, there's 7 parts to the verb. Okay, j'ai eu. So EU is the participle. J'ai eu, tu as eu, il a eu, nous avons eu, vous avez eu, ils sont eu. J'avais, it is imperfect, pluperfect is called. J'avais eu, tu avais eu, il avait eu, nous avions eu, vous aviez eu, il savait eu. And then the past anterior, past, that's the the combined past. It's called past anterior. Je, you, tu, you, il you, nous eûmes you, vous eûtes you, ils eurent you. And the future anterior, future perfect, we call it in English. J'aurai you, tu auras you, il aura you, nous aurons you, vous aurez you, ils sauront you. And it's simple, isn't it? Learning, repeating these each week. Now, with the verb être, the present tense is je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. The imperfect tense is j'étais, tu étais, il était, nous étions, vous étiez, ils étaient. Passé simple, simple perfect, the simple past tense. Je fus, tu fus, il fut, nous fûmes, vous fûtes, ils furent. And future, simple future. Je serai, tu seras, il sera, nous serons, vous serez, ils seront. And then the composite. J'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons. Non, j'ai été, tu as été, il a été. Nous avons été, vous avez été, et ils sont été. The perfect. J'avais été, tu avais été, il avait été, nous avions été, vous aviez été, ils avaient été. The past anterior. J'eus été, tu eus été, il eut été, nous eûmes été, vous eûtes été, ils eurent été. And the future perfect. J'aurais été, tu auras été, il sera été, nous aurons été, vous aurez été, ils seront été. And that's now I'm going to introduce the present tense of the next one. We're going to take the verb aimer, to love. Okay, so we want the present tense, condition verb, indicative. It's strange. It doesn't have what I want. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go. J'aime, J apostrophe, aimer, it's with E-R, A-I-M-E-R. J'aime, tu aimes, il aime, nous aimons, vous aimez, il s'aime. Imperfect tense is j'aimais, tu aimais, il s'aimait, nous aimions, vous aimiez, il s'aimait. Simple, perfect, past absolute. J'aimais, tu aimas, il aima. Nous aimâmes, vous aimâtes, ils s'aimèrent. And the future, simple, the simple future is j'aimerai, tu aimeras, ils aimeront, nous aimerons, vous aimerez, ils s'aimeront. And then, of course, the composite tenses are j'ai aimé, tu as aimé, il s'a aimé. So you use, in this case here, you use the verb avoir, the auxiliary verb avoir, and the past participle of aimer, which is aimer. A-I-M-E with an apostrophe. So the passé composé, the past tense, the composite past tense is j'ai aimé, tu as aimé, il a aimé, nous avons aimé, vous avez aimé, ils ont aimé. And the perfect is you take the imperfect again and the past participle. J'avais aimé, tu avais aimé, ils avaient aimé, nous avions aimé, vous aviez aimé, ils avaient aimé. Past anterior, you aimé, you aimé, you aimé, nous eûmes aimé, vous eûtes aimé, ils eurent aimé. And the future, past future tense, j'aurais aimé, tu auras aimé, il aura aimé, nous aurons aimé, vous aurez aimé, ils seront aimés. So the important thing is to get a verb book, a French verb book, okay? As I said, I'm here, so whatever I have, sometimes I don't have what is required, but never mind. Okay, so that was for the verbs. Now, boring, yes. Important, yes. Must do, no choice. Because then you have to use these things. You know, you have to use them, and you have to recognize them too. So here we go. Now we want basically yes. Well, here we are. Today we're going to do the animals. Okay. The animal, la bête, the elephant, l'éléphant, the giraffe, la girafe, with one F in French, the monkey, le singe, the bear, l'ours, the camel, le chameau, the seal, le phoque, which is it's plural, it's masculine. It's masculine. I thought, phoque would have been feminine, but le loup, the wolf, le bœuf, the ox, bullock, la chèvre, the goat. Le bœuf, there's a qui voulait être très grand. It's one of a poem. Very interesting poem. But that'll be for another day. Okay. Next one, the hare. That's like the rabbit. Le lièvre, the bull, le taureau. The calf is le veau. The rooster is le coq. The rat is le rat. The mouse is la souris. Oh, it's feminine. I didn't know that. La souris is the mouse. L'insect, the insect, it's masculine, even though it looks feminine because there's an E at the end. L'insect is masculine. So les insectes, you had an S. La mouche, the fly. le moustique, the mosquito, et la fourmi, the ant. So, if we get la fourmi and what's the other one? La fourmi, doesn't matter. So that's the end. La fourmi is the end. Next one. The bee, l'abeille. L'abeille. The parrot is le perroquet. Le perroquet. Le perroquet. The wing, l'aile. That's the wing. And then the butterfly is le papillon. Le papillon. Le papillon, also a famous novel. The beak, le bec. The horn, la corne. La corne. The paw or the leg, le poil. Le poil. Le poil. The tail is la queue. And the cage is la cage. And that's it for today in terms of the animals. So you could say la bête, l'éléphant, la girafe, le singe, l'ours, le chameau, le phoque, le loup, le bœuf, la chèvre, le lièvre, le taureau, le veau, le coq, le rat, la souris, l'insecte, la mouche, le moustique, la fourmi, l'abeille, le perroquet, l'ail, le papillon, le bec, la corne, la patte, le poil, la queue, la cage. That's that. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. Now, afterwards, we got some songs, finally, the songs. Now, I'm going to do one song that I can sing and one that I can't sing. So I might have to, sort of read it. This one here is Rien de rien. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal. Tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé, balayé, oublié. Je me fous du passé. Avec mes souvenirs, j'ai allumé le feu. Mes chagrins, mes plaisirs. Je n'ai plus besoin de balayer les amours. Avec leurs trémolos, balayer pour toujours. Je repars à zéro. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi. That's a nice one, huh? An easy one to learn too, rien de rien. Now, the next one will be, I think I chose Sous le ciel de Paris, under Paris skies. Okay, so that's Sous le ciel de Paris. Sous le ciel de Paris s'envole une chanson. Elle est née d'aujourd'hui dans le cœur d'un garçon. Sous le ciel de Paris marchent des amoureux. Le bonheur s'est construit sur un air fait pour eux. Sous le pont de Bercy, un philosophe assis, deux musiciens, quelques badauds, plus les gens par milliards. Sous le ciel de Paris, jusqu'au soir vont chanter l'hymne d'un peuple épris de sa vieille cité. Près de Notre-Dame, parfois couvre un drame, oui mais à Paname, tout peut s'arranger. Quelques rayons du ciel d'été, l'accordéon de marinière, l'espoir fleurit au ciel de Paris. Sur le ciel de Paris coule un fleuve joyeux. Il endort dans la nuit les clochards de l'égueux. Sur le ciel de Paris, les oiseaux du bon Dieu, viennent du monde entier pour bavarder entre eux. Et le ciel de Paris a son secret pour lui. Depuis 20 siècles, il est épris de notre île Saint-Louis. Quand elle lui sourit, il met son habit bleu, Quand il pleut sur Paris, c'est qu'il est malheureux. Quand il est trop jaloux de ces millions d'amandes, il fait gronder sur eux son tonnerre éclatant. Mais le ciel de Paris n'est pas longtemps cruel, pour se faire pardonner, il offre un arc-en-ciel. So that's a beautiful song, and you can look it up on YouTube, because if I try to sing it or bring it on now, there'll be problems with my work. So there we are. That's it. That's it, Sur le ciel de Paris. That's nice. We've got 2 more songs left when we finish the rest of it now. Okay, so the next one, if you remember, we did Joachim de Bellay. Joachim du Bellay. Bellay. Okay? And he was born in 1522 and died in 1560. Now, he wrote a few poems which are in anthologies, and this one here talks about marcher d'un grave pas, walking in a serious demeanor. Marcher d'un grave pas et d'un grave sourcil et d'un grave sourire à chacun faire fête. Balancer tous ces mots, répondre de la tête, avec un messerlant ou bien un messerci. Entremêler souvent un petit écossais et d'un son serviteur, contrefaire l'honnête, et comme si on l'eût sa part en la conquête. Discourir sur Florence et sur Naples aussi. Seigneuriser chacun d'un baisement de main, et suivant la façon du courtisan romain, cacher sa pauvreté d'une grave apparence. Voilà de cette cour la plus grande vertu, dont souvent mal monté, malsain et mal vêtu, son barbe et son argent en son retour en France. So these lines have a very different tone from most of the other regrets. Du Bellay describes with bitter humour the affectations of the courtiers he observes in Rome. So they're all sort of, affectation. They think they're the best. Okay. The hypocritical attitudes and conversation, the false subservience, the finery, all this is the disguise that the courtier adopts. But one day he must leave his mummery and return to France. Then his horse will often be poor. His horse will often be poor, like his health and his clothes and his pocket money. So, marcher d'un grand pas. And when you walk. Interesting. All these, these poems, etc., they all need a lot more study. You can read them straight away, but if you really get the most out of them, you have to really, really go in depth with them. All right? So that's that. That's a poem. So far, so good. We've done everything I wanted to do, and maybe I'll be able to do some more at the end if there's more time. Time is of the essence. Now, that was... Then what I did was I chose 2 more poems, but really what I would love to do now is I think I'll do French culture first and then I will go back and do the songs. All right, let's go. Now, in terms of French culture, one of the great people, one of the great kings, and that's on a world scale as well, King Louis XIV, and he dominated France for 54 years. But in the first years, he was too young, so he had someone who was looking after the affairs of state called Mazarin, and then around when he was 25, he decided no more, because Mazarin died. So I said, no, I don't want any more of these people. I'm going to do it myself. So bring me all the details. I want to know what's going on. Not bad. Not bad. And he was reputed to have built the Versailles. Okay, but really the origins. Let's go back to the origins of France. After the collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century, after Dominus, after the birth of Christ, France was conquered by a Germanic tribe called the Franks. France takes its name from the Franks. So the name of France is relatively new. It's only, 1,500 years. Before that, they were called the Gaulois. Now, the smokes, you smoke a Gaulois. You smoke French. They ruled until AD 895, about 300 years, when Normandy in northern France was settled by Vikings from Scandinavia. They became known as the Normans. Later, it was the English who ruled over large areas of France. They were driven out in the 16th century, leaving the French kings to rule for the next 200 years. So after the Franks, the Normans came, and then the English came into France. Now, during the Middle Ages, from the 5th to the 12th centuries, basically, that's the Middle Ages, the upper Middle Ages, the lower Middle Ages, half and half. A system of labour called feudalism was in place in France. The feudal lords, aristocratic lords, owned the great estates of land. Peasants called serfs worked on the land and paid the lord rent in return for his protection. So the protection, the lord protected. So he had this army, basically. They stood no chance against the lord. They had no land of their own and were known as tenants. So the guy just made sure that his people were fed, but they didn't have much. So this feudal system actually worked, provided that you followed what your lord and master said and wanted from you. Okay, now the other thing too, before all this, there's France in prehistoric times. Prehistoric people lived in France as long as 15,000 before Christ, 15,000 years before Christ. Paintings dating from about that time were discovered in 1940 in caves in Lascaux, southwest of France. So they want to show this sort of paintings. Prehistoric artists had covered the walls with paintings of bulls, bisons, stags, horses and lions. No one knows why people began to paint. Prehistoric people may have thought pictures had magical qualities. Oh well, they had to do something. But they came up with paintings, and we now look at them in awe. They had to work that one out. Now, the other great guy coming out of France, his name is Charlemagne. That's Charles the Great, Charlemagne. Charlemagne was the greatest and most powerful king of the Franks. He was a great soldier, fighting over 500 military campaigns. Dino Lucio Bevanda, welcome. Good for you to pop in into my lesson. Okay, under his rule, the French Empire expanded to include parts of Spain, Germany and northern Italy. Charlemagne was also a tireless campaigner on behalf of the Pope and the Christian Church. In AD 800, he was crowned Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III, the second, the Christian Roman Empire, the second one. After his death, the French Empire was split into three parts, thanks to his warring sons. One got the German part, one got the Franks, the other one went to Spain. There's also another two people that are important in French culture, and they are the Joan of Arc, a young woman, soldier, who's then, people thanked her and they burnt her at the stake. Joan of Arc, Jeanne d'Arc, was born in 1412. As a young girl, she heard the voice of God telling her to fight the English and restore the French king to the throne, get rid of the English. In 1429, Joan led the French army to victory at Orleans. So she was 1412, 1429. So we're talking about, she was 17 when she led the army against the English. In 1430, however, she was captured by the English and burned at the stake as a witch. Joan of Arc was made a saint in 1920. So they recognised, the sacrifice that this young woman made for her country, France. But the English didn't like her all that much, of course, because she was fighting them. Get out of France. Louis XIV, or the Sun King, or the Great King, or he's got a lot of, big names to his name. Louis XIV was nicknamed the Sun King because he was thought to be the sun that lit up France. You don't need electricity then, did you? You only needed Louis XIV. He ruled from 1643, but he was a baby. He was born in around 1632 or 37. I can't remember the exact date, but he was very young when he took over. Making France the most powerful country in Europe, Louis moved his court to Versailles, outside of Paris, where he had a magnificent palace built, and where you didn't have to see the ordinary French people. And all the aristocrats had to go to live in his palace, so that they weren't allowed to live in their own castles. They had to be subservient to King Louis XIV. He started off well, but then slowly but surely, what did he do? He became a bit of a ruthless ogre. He had to do what he said. But then he also had one of his mistresses who was very religious, one of them, and was with him for over 40 years. And she was responsible for this, for him becoming the way he was at the end, like a bit of a dictator. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to sing. We're going to do two songs, La Nuit and L'Hymne à l'amour, Hymn to Love. Okay, we're going to go to La Nuit first, La Nuit. I love La Nuit because it's one of Salvatore Adamo's songs. Hymne à l'amour, come on, where are you? Where are you, song? Come. No. Don't tell me. Oh, don't tell me. No, it was here before. It was here. La Nuit, here we are. Cheers. All right. This is a beautiful song. It's also sung in Italian and in Spanish. Okay. La Nuit. Si je t'oublie pendant le jour, je passe mes nuits à te maudire, et quand la lune se retire, j'ai l'âme vide et le corps lourde, lourde. La nuit tu m'apparais immense, je tends les bras pour te saisir. Mais tu prends un malin plaisir à te jouer de mes avances. La nuit, je deviens fou, je deviens fou. Et puis ton rire feint la noire, et je ne sais plus où chercher. Quand tout se fait, revient l'espoir. Quand tout se tait, revient l'espoir, et je me reprends à t'aimer. Tantôt tu me reviens fugace, et tu m'appelles pour me narguer. Mais chaque fois mon sang se glace, ton rire vient tout effacer. La nuit, je deviens fou, je deviens fou. Le jour dissipe ton image, et tu repartes je ne sais où, vers celui que te tient en cage. Where's the other? The words aren't there, the rest of them. Doesn't matter, most of them. If you go to Salvatore Adamo on YouTube, you can get this one here. TomPadulaTV is also a beautiful song, and I've learned it off pretty well. Okay, but I said I was going to do the other one, another one called L'Hymne à l'amour, Hymn to Love. Now this one here, unfortunately, I can do the first. No, I'm going to read it. Hymn to Love, Hymne à l'amour. Again, this is one of the Edith Piaf songs, which you can pick up from YouTube. Okay, but these songs here have got content, good poetical content. So, le ciel bleu sur nous peut s'effondrer, et la terre peut bien s'écrouler. Peu m'importe si tu m'aimes, je me fous du monde entier. Tant que l'amour inondera mes matins, tant que mon corps frémira sous tes mains, peu m'importe les problèmes, mon amour, puisque tu m'aimes. J'irai jusqu'au bout du monde, je me ferai teindre en blonde. Si tu me le demandais, j'irai décrocher la lune, j'irai voler la fortune, si tu me le demandais. Je régnerai ma patrie, je régnerai mes amis, si tu me le demandais. On peut bien rire de moi, je ferai n'importe quoi, si tu me le demandais. Si un jour la vie t'arrache à moi, si tu meurs que tu sois loin de moi, peu m'importe si tu m'aimes, car moi je mourrai aussi. Nous serons pour nous l'éternité, dans le bleu de toute l'immensité. Dans le ciel, plus de problèmes, mon amour, crois-tu qu'on s'aime? Dieu réunit ceux qui s'aiment. So God reunites those who love each other. Beautiful song, Hymne à l'amour. Le ciel bleu sur nous, le ciel bleu, I can't remember it. I know it, but it doesn't come. Songs are a bit like that. The tunes are a bit like that. They don't come. When they don't come, they don't come. But excellent source of words and also verbs and adjectives. And with those three you can write, because that's what I think you need to do. Write. Get yourself an exercise book and write each day some, you write some short sentences, short paragraphs. You start getting used to writing in French. Okay, I used to do that when I was at uni. I did a little bit of it, but then you sort of, and I become quite good at it, but then, you know, life takes over. So all these things here, languages, whatever it is, requires our commitment, our enthusiasm. Without those, you can't go very far. Okay, now, one of the big things that we need to remember is that we need to know the regions of France. 5:24. When am I supposed to? 5:50. Oh yeah, still plenty to go. So I've got the regions of France here, and I'm going to read them to you. So again, if you go to Google this time, and you look up the map, France maps, then you will get a variety of explanations about the way France has been ruled over the centuries. Okay, what they've got is 21 regions in this book, particularly. I think 21. Italy's 20. Alsace, Aquitaine, Auvergne, Bourgogne, Bretagne, Centre, Champagne, Ardennes, Franche-Comté, Languedoc-Roussillon, Limousin, Lorraine, Midi-Pyrénées, Nord, Basse, Haute-Normandie, Pays de la Loire, Picardie, Poitou-Charentes, Provence-Côte d'Azur, Rhône-Alpes, région parisienne. So those are the 21 regions of France. Now, I left probably this one to last because, you know, I think it's important that, what have we got here? That we, you know, this is called dating and romance. In French, breaking the ice. That's how you break the ice. Je peux m'asseoir ici? Could I sit down here? Do you mind? You know? Si on buvait quelque chose, would you like a drink? Si on buvait quelque chose, let's say you, two, but si on, if one. So it's in the third person, but it means you. And this one here, I love this one. Tu veux danser? Never ask somebody, would you like to dance? Never. Prepare the person first. If there was a dance, would you dance with me? Because you say, tu veux danser? Would you like to dance? No. What do you do next? Nous allons prendre l'air. We're going to take some fresh air. Nous allons prendre l'air. That's a good one. Come on, let's go to the park and we'll breathe some fresh air, listen to the birds, pick up some flowers, whatever. Tu as une petite amie, un petit ami? Do you have a young friend or a young friend, masculine or feminine? Une petite amie is feminine, un petit ami is masculine. Voici mon numéro de téléphone. Oh, that's a good one. Here is my telephone number. Je peux t'appeler? Can I ring you? Do you mind if we talk? Yeah, no, not really. Okay. Je peux te ramener chez toi. I could take you home. Je peux te ramener chez toi. Okay? Now, you also want some of the classic pick-up lines, no? Je crois qu'on se connaît. Oh, I think we know each other, no? Where have I met you? Tu veux une cigarette? No. I will not go with anyone who smokes. Pericoloso. Dangereux. No. Tu veux une cigarette? Not with me. Tu veux boire quelque chose? Oui, 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 oui. But no. Oh, tu veux boire quelque chose is the next line. If you don't want to smoke, you have a drink. Tu as du feu? Do you have a light? Well, again, that's connected to the smoking part. That's 2 out of the 5. Out. Chez toi ou chez moi? It's a good, oh, I love this one. At your place or my place? Oh, well, which one do you prefer? It depends on you, really, because, you know, some places are better than others. Some people like their own spaces more. Some people don't mind. Whatever. Now, these are the rejections, when you get a rejection. No, thank you. No, merci. I'm waiting for someone. Would you like to dance? No, I'm waiting for someone. J'attends quelqu'un. J'attends quelqu'un. J'attends quelqu'un. You're very nosy. Ask too many questions. Vous êtes vraiment indiscrète. Vous êtes vraiment indiscrète. Indiscrète. Indiscrète is masculine. Indiscrète with an E in the end is feminine. I'm happy on my own, thank you. Je suis bien toute seule. Je suis bien tout seul. Je suis bien toute seule, if you're feminine. Merci, thank you. Je préférerais rester seul, merci. I would like to. So that's a conditional. Je préférerais. I would like, yeah, to remain on my own. Merci. Merci. Ça ne vous regarde pas. That's none of your business. Ça ne vous regarde pas. Okay? Ça ne vous regarde pas. It doesn't. The next one is, I'm not interested. Ça ne m'intéresse pas. Ça ne m'intéresse pas. That's, I'm saying that quite a lot on the phone, yeah, to those awful phone calls that don't relate to your life. Leave me alone. Laissez-moi tranquille, s'il vous plaît. Please. I don't find you attractive. Je ne vous trouve pas attirante. Oh, that's terrible. Je ne vous trouve pas attirante. Non, me touchez pas. Non, me touchez pas. Don't touch me. Non, me touchez pas. Oh, what is he doing? What is he doing? Is he, you know, don't touch me. Okay. The next one is the date. Are you free this evening? Es-tu libre ce soir? Es-tu libre ce soir? What are you doing tonight, this weekend? Que fais-tu ce soir, ce weekend? Que fais-tu ce soir, ce weekend? Would you like to go out somewhere? Tu veux qu'on aille quelque part? Tu veux qu'on aille quelque part? Tu veux qu'on aille quelque part? I'm drying up. Mon Dieu. When you talk too much, you need water. On a besoin de l'eau quand on parle trop. J'ai besoin de l'eau quand je parle trop. So there you are, two sentences which I've made up from my teaching. Best way to learn is to teach. It's true. You've got to do your homework. Where would you like to go? Où aimerais-tu aller? What would you like to do? Qu'est-ce que tu aimerais faire? Qu'est-ce que tu aimerais faire? What about tomorrow, Saturday? Si on disait demain, samedi? Non? Oui? Then, did you know, if someone is staring at you, you could say, on se connaît, have we met somebody? Or if you want to be slightly more aggressive, vous voulez ma photo? Oh well. I've got 20 minutes now on my phone, so I should make it. So we've done that. Now we've done the songs, we've done French culture, yeah? And the regions of France we've done. Now, in well, I don't want to conclude yet. I'm not going to conclude yet. I'm going to do something else as well. Okay? So I would like to say this. If you're doing French, keep an exercise book. Get an exercise book. Write in your small sentences, your verbs, your adjectives, your nouns. Make it your friend. Okay? Here, one of these. So that when you come on the next time, you know exactly where you left off, even after 3 years. And in my case, it's sometimes after 10 years, or 20 years, or 30 years. Amazing. So write short sentences and write small paragraphs. Start writing. So you got to listen to friends, go to YouTube, listen to the music, listen to the songs, to the conversations, etc. Then you have to read aloud. Oh, that's what I wanted. I wanted to read aloud. Where have I put where have I put it? Excuse me, but where have I put what I wanted? I don't have it. It's one of the storybooks. But anyway, let's go on with this. Keep an exercise book, write short sentences and small paragraphs. That's important. Revise the verbs. That is always a good one. Revise the verbs and learn about the 9 parts of speech. If you don't know, come to me. I will point them out to you. And I'll have some books for you. All you need to do is depart with some of your money, and then you'll be well equipped to tackle France. French, Italian, Spanish, German, Russian, whatever you want. It's all here, waiting for you to come and pick them up. It's Christmas around the corner. Okay, so read and write was one of the things. And so how much time would you give to learning French? So we've got 168 hours per week. Yes, I think that's right. All you need is 1 hour. 1 hour. 1 little hour. You have to steal your hour from somewhere to dedicate it to French. But whilst you're doing French, you might as well do Italian and Spanish at the same time. Your brain won't confuse you. It'll actually stir it up a bit more. More interesting. Now, it's 5:37, 5:50. There's another 13 minutes, which now I'm going to enjoy myself. And if you stay on, we love Edith Piaf. Come on. We do a couple of songs, Edith Piaf songs. Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois l'avion rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens en moi mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux, à en mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois l'avion rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il entrait dans mon cœur une pacte de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est toi pour moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, la jouerai pour la vie. Et dès que je t'aperçois, alors je sens dans moi mon cœur qui bat. La 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 la. All right, let's do Salvatore Adamo there. Okay. Tombe la neige, tu me viendras pas ce soir. Tombe la neige, et mon cœur s'habille de noir. Ce soyeux cortège, tout en larmes blanches, l'oiseau sur la branche pleure des sortilèges. Tu me viendras pas ce soir, me crie mon désespoir, mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Tombe la neige, tu ne viendras pas ce soir. Tombe la neige, tu es blanc de désespoir, triste certitude. Le froid et l'absence, cet odieux silence, blanche solitude. Tu ne viendras pas ce soir, me crie mon désespoir. Mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Mais tombe la neige, impassible manège. Beautiful song, huh? And this one here is a good one too. It's a cabaret song called Milord. Hein? Allez, venez, Milord, vous asseoir à ma table. Il fait si froid dehors, ici c'est confortable. Laissez-vous faire, Milord, et prenez bien vos aises, vos pains sur mon cœur et vos pieds sur une chaise. Je vous connais, Milord, vous ne m'avez jamais vu. Je suis qu'une fille du porte, qu'une ombre de la rue. Pourtant, j'y vous ai frôlé, quand vous passez hier. Vous n'étiez pas peu fière, dame, le ciel vous comblait. Votre foulard de soie flottant sur vos épaules, vous aviez le beau rôle honoré, dit le roi. Vous marchiez en vainqueur au bras d'une demoiselle. Mon Dieu, qu'elle était belle! J'en ai froid dans le cœur. Allez, venez, Milord, vous asseoir à ma table. Il fait si froid dehors, ici c'est confortable. Laissez-vous faire, Milord, et prenez bien vos aises, vos pains sur mon cœur, et vos pieds sur une chaise. Je vous connais, Milord, vous ne m'aviez jamais vu. Je suis qu'une fille du porte, qu'une ombre de la rue. Dire qu'il suffit parfois qu'il y ait un navire pour ceux que tout se déchire quand le navire s'en va. Il emmenait avec lui la douce aux yeux si tendres qui n'a pas su comprendre qu'elle brisait votre vie. L'amour s'est fait pleureur, comme quoi l'existence se vous donne toutes les chances pour les reprendre après. Allez, venez, Milord, vous avez l'air du môme. Laissez-vous faire, Milord, venez dans mon royaume. Je soigne les remords. Non, venez dans mon royaume. Je soigne les remords. Je chante la romance. Je chante les Milord qui n'ont pas eu de chance. Regarde-moi, Milord. Vous ne m'avez jamais vu, mais vous pleurez, Milord. Ça, j'aurais jamais cru. Eh bien, voyons, Milord. Souriez-moi, Milord. Mieux que ça, un petit effort. Voilà, c'est ça. Allez, rien, Milord. Allez, chantez, Milord. La 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 la. La, la, ra, 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 ra. And then may we, don't say me Lord, continue with the dancing. La, la, ra, 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 ra. And then afterwards you get the ending. You know, the music is important, of course, and but I'm always concentrating on the lyrics. Therefore, there's a problem there with just doing the lyrics, is that the music is missing. Oh well, that's it. What else can I do? What else can I do? I can do something else. Here. Yes, I'm going to give you some more words. Huh? Some more words. My God. Oh yeah, these are good actually. I don't have the... Now let's go to... He goes to a magazine and he orders some shoes. Les bottes like boots. Les chaussures are the actual shoes. Les pantoufles. Huh? Welcome to Deutsche Di Piero. Oh, all the way from Italy. Bravo. Tu parles français bien, Deutsche, parce que tu es voisine à la France. J'ai commencé à parler à moi-même parce que je ne parle avec les Français. Mon français, c'est que j'ai appris pendant mon enseignement. All right, let's go. Les chapeaux, the hats, les casquettes, les chaussettes, les cravates, that's an easy one, les chemises, shirts, les pantalons, trousers, les gens, les kilts, if you're Scottish, you will be doing very well with that. Les manteaux, shawls, yes. Les tricots, les gants, les anoraks, les salopettes, les costumes, les imperméables, les perruques, les faux nez, les pyjamas, les uniformes, les barbes, les moustaches, you can even buy a moustache, les robes de chambre, les t-shirts, les shorts, quite a few English words there. Les bottes, we said that before, les bottes. Les chaussures, les chapeaux, les gants. Oh no, some of the words are repeated now, but it doesn't matter. Les bottes, les chaussures, les chapeaux, the hats, les gants, gloves, les pantoufles, les jupes, les robes, les chemisières, les sacs à main, les manteaux, les collants, les chandails, les capes, les foulards, les chemises de nuit, les robes de chambre, les manteaux de fourrure, les mouchoirs, handkerchiefs, les mouchoirs, les lunettes du soleil, glasses, but the sunglasses, le maquillage, it's women's use them a lot. Les perruques, that's wigs, les perruques, les bijoux, that's easy one, les bijoux, les uniformes, les tablières, les sacs à provisions. So that's, it's not bad, you know, you get words. That's what you want. Words. Adjectives. Verbs. And then you have to read and write and recognize a lot of those words there appeared in the songs. We've done quite a bit today, and it's 5:50, 5:49, almost there. So I want to thank you for coming on to keep me a bit of company here this afternoon. It's 4:45 to 5:50 here in Melbourne, wherever you are. It's 1 hour lesson and 5 minutes introduction. Forgive my talking, but that's how I teach too. So I like to digress. I can't stay on the one thing all the time, and that's it. So grazie, merci bien à tous vous, to those who have come on, and to the ones who are coming on to watch. Because, can I say this? Some of the songs that I've done, they're receiving up to 1,000 views and plus. We're talking about someone who's not a singer, the singing part. And also these lessons here are very important because you can listen to them over and over again. And as I talk online, that's how I'm in real life. So, c'est moi, Tom Padula. From me, Tom Padula, on TomPadulaTV, on YouTube, and Insegna Booksellers. Au revoir, à la semaine prochaine. And now we finish, and then you'll be able to go to the start.